What is happening, guys? So in this video, we're going to talk about my favorite business model, the one that I'm currently doing right now, which is why you guys are all here, which is selling knowledge. Now, the reason why I love this extremely lucrative business model is because you're essentially getting paid to become the best version of yourself, to better your skills. All you have to do is just master a specific skill and get to the point where you can comfortably teach them, and you can basically make money by just developing skills that are going to help you make even more money. So that's why I love this type of business model, because there's not that many that contribute towards this type of, bettering yourself and also being able to monetize on that. So let's go ahead and dive deep into this topic. So what are educational products? Educational products are, in context of the online business world, refer to digital materials created to educate, inform, or train people on specific topics. The primary goal of these products is to transfer knowledge or skills from the creator to the learner. The two most popular forms of educational products right now are eBooks and online courses. Now, the reason why these products are so popular is because you essentially only have to make them once to really get started. So let me go ahead and dive deep more. Sorry, let me move this out of the way real quick. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so eBooks. An ebook or an electronic book is a digital version of a traditional print book. The books that you guys have on the shelves at the libraries and stuff. It can be read on computers, tablets, e-readers, or smartphones. And the advantages of these types of books is the accessibility. Ebooks can be downloaded and read anywhere at any time, so you don't have to worry about carrying a physical book with you. It's cost effective, without having to worry about the printing cost, the publications for certain things. Ebooks can basically be produced for a relatively cheap price, which means that they can be sold for a cheaper price, which for some people that might be like, all right, that means less profit. But when you can make a product that's available to more people, then you have increased in profits and increases in chances of people actually purchasing your product because it's more affordable for the general public. So that's one of the advantages that comes with this as well. But on top of that, it has interactive elements as well. You can do your own links on there. You can add videos. You can do interactive quizzes. Like, you can do so much more with ebooks that you would not be able to do with a regular book. And like I said, it's a lot more cost effective. Now, online courses is, an online course are structured programs designed to teach specific subjects or skills over the internet. That can be something like udemy.com, Teachable, like through the platform where you're finding this one. Like, there's a lot of different platforms that you can use where you can host your online courses. And of course, an online course is what basically this is right here, where you can teach people certain skills, you can teach people about, certain opportunities and stuff, and basically educate them so they can better themselves in the future. Now, one thing about online courses that's awesome is the flexibility. Learners can progress at their own pace, revisiting content as needed. Like I said, with this one, you have access to this course whenever you need to, so you don't have to worry about showing up at a certain time. It has a diverse set of content delivery. Like, courses can include videos, quizzes, assignments, and a lot of interactive forums to just add a little bit more to the add a little bit more to the courses. And scalability. Once created the course can be sold unlimited number of times to an unlimited number of students with minimal effort. All you have to do is just figure out how to market your course and bring consistent leads, and you can be generating passive income because all you had to do was make it one time. And don't get me wrong, like, yes, you may have to make it one time, but there's always room for improvements. There's always room to add some more stuff and to add more value for your customers. But essentially, all you have to do is really work on it a couple times to start really producing that passive income. So why sell educational products? Well, the demand for lifelong learning is never going to end. People are always trying to better themselves. In today's rapid changing world, there's a continuous need for individuals to update their skills and knowledge, whether it's mastering a new software, understanding a certain diet, or learning a hobby that's just going to bring more joy to their lives. People are out there. The human experience is all about becoming more. It's all about learning. And as people get older and older, and as young students develop into becoming young adults, they also want to develop their skills to help them get better at life and make more money. Passive income potential. Like I said, you really only have to make this once. Once you make it one time and you take the time to add to it to make sure it adds as much value as it can, then you can essentially set it up for autopilot. All you got to do is just figure out how to do the marketing, and once you got that marketing mastered down, it's literally just find somebody and then have them pay for the course and then send them the link. It's pretty straightforward, and you can basically automate most of that process if you really needed to. It's also part of the digital revolution. The rise of the internet, digital services, digital devices are a lot more accessible than they were back in the day. So it's easier for people to just be able to, watch courses on their cell phones, be able to watch courses from different parts of the world where they would not be able to access certain books or certain knowledge without the internet. Now, some of the challenges that do come with selling educational products is there is a saturation, like people are always selling educational products. People understand the value and the opportunities that come with this type of lucrative business model. So it can be saturated depending on the topic and the niche that you're teaching, but all you have to do is just figure out what other people are doing that are successful at whatever topic you're talking about and figure out how to do it better. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just got to make it a lot better. And, that's essentially how you can overcome that certain situation. Now, quality expectations. With many high quality courses and ebooks available, you want to make sure that your content is top notch. You want to make sure that you're adding as much value as possible. You don't want to make people feel like they invested in this course and you charge so much money for it, but they didn't really learn much. So you want to make sure that you add as much value as possible when you do make these courses. And you want to figure out what your marketing is. Marketing is going to be the number one challenge when it comes to selling educational products. I would say the challenges would be, obviously developing the skill set so you can confidently create your course. Creating the course is really easy, and the marketing part is going to be the more challenging part because you got to figure out how to get your content in front of the right people, how to get your product in front of the right people, and then you got to figure out the price points and all of that other good stuff that could, different factors that may also be challenging for your marketing situation. But there's a lot of ways that you can bypass that. If you have extra capital, you can just invest in a marketing agency, or you can just, learn as you go and, just learn the different ways that you can market your stuff. A lot of ways people are marketing their things is like paid ads, social media, and, we're going to dive deep a little bit more into that, a little bit more down. So how do you get started on, selling education, selling digital products that are going to, teach people lifelong skills? So first you have to do a self-assessment and, set some goals for yourself. Before diving into the world of educational products, it's essential that you understand what your motivations and, you have clear goals as far as what are you going to do to get to where you need to go. Why do you want to sell these educational products? Is it for passive income reasons? Is it to share knowledge? Is it to establish authority in a specific industry, or is it a combination of reasons? Whatever your reasons are going to be, it's going to show and it's going to reflect in the value that you add for your educational products. Now, what are your financial goals? How much do you aim to earn monthly or annually from your products? Do you want to just sell 10 high ticket products? Do you want to sell 100, average low ticket products that everybody can afford? What are your financial goals and how are you going to reach them? And who is your target audience? The number one question you really got to ask yourself, is there a demand for my service? Is there a demand for the educational products that I'm creating? And if there is a demand, who wants it? That's the number one question. Who needs this product? Who can learn more who can benefit most from the value that I'm about to share in this educational course or this product? You need to really figure out what your target audience is. Now, once you have a better understanding about what you want to do this, why you want to do this, what are your reasons and stuff, and you have some goals set up, you need to figure out, what your niche is going to be. Your niche is the specific topic or area that you'll be focusing on. It should ideally be something around, what your expertise is, ideally your niche should be something that has to do with expertise, passion, and market demand. You want to focus on those three things. Expertise, you want to make sure that you know what you're talking about and you can add value. Passion, this can be challenging and you're going to have to overcome certain obstacles and, problematic situations. So it's that passion that's going to keep that fire burning when the going gets tough. And marketing demand, there's no point in creating an amazing product if no one's going to buy it. If there's not if there's not an audience for it, if there's not a demand for it. So you got to make sure that you have a demand for it. And a couple ways that you can figure this out is do some product research, use Google Trends, Udemy Marketplace, Amazon's bestseller list to figure out what are some interesting topics that people are looking for when it comes to your specific niche that you're going to be teaching. What are some other common things that people are teaching within your specific, category that you're going to be teaching, whatever that is, whether it be a hobby, a skill, or a specific, subject or anything. Now, you also want to consider evergreen versus traditional trending topics. Evergreen topics have consistent demand over time. Evergreen topics might be things like, how to do your taxes, how to do marketing, how to do certain things that basically people are always learning. People are always in demand learning. Or it can be trending topics like, something that people are interested at the moment, whatever that may be, TikTok marketing or Instagram marketing or web development, whatever is trending right now at the moment that people are looking for, that might be a good opportunity for you to, design your niche around that. So you can kind of just jump in for some fast cash and then jump back out. But ideally, you do want to focus on evergreen topics because these are topics that everybody's looking to figure out how to get better on, which means that you're going to have a wider range of audiences and targeted marketing for. So getting started, continuing. So once you have a better understanding of your goals and your niche, you're going to have to figure out what your product type is going to be. Is it going to be an ebook? Is it going to be an online course? Is it going to be a mentorship? Is it going to be a consultation? Like, there's a lot of different things that you can go ahead and figure out what you want to do. But in this case, we'll talk about ebooks and online courses. Ebooks are best for topics that can be thoroughly covered in written format. They're relatively quick to produce and can serve as a lead magnet for a standalone product. So maybe you can create an ebook that introduces your online course, and the ebook could be free or it can be relatively cheap, like $50, and then you could have a course that goes for $200 or $300. But because they pay for that ebook, it gives your ideal audience a better understanding as far as what they're looking for and what they're going to get from your actual product itself, the course, because they already purchased the ebook. And the reason why playing with ebooks and online courses can be fun, as far as like creating an ebook and an online course for the same topic, is because you can make that ebook more affordable for the average person, so they're less likely to be hesitant when they purchase your product. If you were to make an ebook, let's just say on how to do TikTok marketing, right? And it's only $15. Well, everybody has $15. It would be very easy for you to pitch a $15 product to 100 people versus pitching a $500 product to 100 people. But if you were to go ahead and get that person, if you were to go ahead and get somebody to purchase your low ticket product and they see that it has immense value, then it's going to be a lot more easier for you to later on retarget them and tell them, hey, so I saw that you liked my ebook. Well, I also have a course that gets more in depth with this specific subject, and it's going to really give you the skills that you need to get to the next level. Now, once you figure out what your product type is, you got to start creating content. Content creation is the number one thing that's going to get your product out there, because social media is free. Social media is free, and there's so many different platforms that people are using it every day, and it's not going to go anywhere. So you need to figure out how to create amazing content that's going to align with your targeted audience, that's going to align with the product that you're selling. So you want to make sure that you do that as well. As far as when you actually create the videos itself, then that's going to be also something you're going to have to do as well. Creating the videos, which is also the content, you want to make sure it's high quality. You want to make sure that what you're talking about makes sense, that you have some kind of engaging presentation, and that people actually want to continue and learn more from what you have to offer. Now, you also got to figure out what the pricing strategy is, which I've already talked about a couple times, but you want to make sure that you have a low ticket item that can kind of help people that really can own, a low ticket item that most people can afford, and then you want to have some kind of high ticket item as well, or some kind of upgrade for whatever you're selling that can help you bring in those extra bucks, the bigger bucks, because at the end of the day, would you rather sell 100 items for $10 or to get to $1,000, or would you rather sell 10 items for $100 to get to $1,000, so it just really depends on what your method is. Obviously, they're completely different strategies to get to both, but me personally, I'd rather sell 10 items for $100 because it's just less salesy, less talking, less marketing, and all that good stuff. But once you get to that point, you're gonna have to launch and promote it. Do that content creation like we talked about, do marketing, pay for paid ads, do what you gotta do to attract your first 10 customers, even if it means giving it away for free in exchange for a customer just doing a testimonial video. Because if you can get 10 testimony videos for your course, it's fucking over, and you can definitely get to where you need to go faster. So what are the best subjects and niches when it comes to teaching educational products? Now, choosing the right niche is very important. It's pivotal when it comes to figuring out what your audience is, who you're going to cater to, what you're going to produce, what your marketing strategies are going to be. Your niche is very important. So a couple, I know we already talked about niches, so I'm just going to go through this really quickly, but factors to consider when choosing a niche: your expertise, how good are you at this, your passion, do you love doing this, is this something that you can stick to doing even though you're not getting results for the first couple months? What is the market demand? Is it going to be increased? Is it going to decrease? Is it saturated? What is your competition looking like? How many other people are doing what you're doing, and how can you stand out from them? What can you do that they're doing to improve it? How can you improve whatever it is they already have to offer, and how can you add more value than what they're already offering? And then you just got to validate your niche, do some survey polls, ask people around, do some research, figure out, create some content that asks questions, mini courses or something like that, so you can get a response and see whether or not people actually care about this product. Do some research, use Google keywords, use the other keyword programs that you can use to figure out, what's popular right now and what are people looking for when it comes to education. Popular niches that you want to consider would be, health and wellness. Those are evergreen niches, dieting, mental health, fitness routines, holistic wellness. Those things people are never going to not look for ways to better their health and their overall well-being. So that's definitely going to be an evergreen topic that you can cover. Personal development. People are always trying to figure out how to get better, develop their leadership skills, time management, communication skills, leadership skills. Like I already said that, but a lot of different things that you can do when it comes to personal development. And people are always going to be trying to figure out how to improve themselves, especially if you can create a series of different personal development products. Then you can get one customer to essentially spend thousands of dollars on the same products. Look at Tony Robbins. That's basically what he does. He does health and wellness. He does personal development. And, he basically capitalizes on those things. And he makes a lot of money because he has like 10 different programs that are at $250 each. Just do the math. 200. If you have $250, if you have 10 products that are 200. Let's just say you have 8 products that are $250. Then you can essentially make $2,000 from one customer, depending on if they just keep buying their products, because you're adding value and you're creating a quality product. Hobbies, photography, gardening, painting, web design, online hustles. Like, figure out, what are some things that you can do that people are always going to want to look, because people are always going to want to improve on their hobbies. People are always going to want to figure out ways to make money, so those are topics that are always going to be huge, Technology and software, coding, software tutorials, digital marketing, emerging tech trends. In the digital revolution that we're living in, a lot of people are trying to play catch up with the new softwares that are always coming out, with the new programs. You can create, a course that teaches them about a specific program, that teaches people how to use Canva, that teaches people how to use Adobe, that teaches people how to use, these different programs that can help people. Facebook Ad Manager, like these are evergreen topics that people are always going to be looking to figure out how to get better on and improve on, because it means that they're going to make more money, or it's going to increase the happiness in their life. Trending niches, so current events, courses on eBooks related to ongoing global events, talking about the pandemic, talking about, maybe the people that are running for president right now. Like, creating eBooks based off that is something you can make money too. It can be short-term, fast money because it's relevant now. Pop culture, you can create eBooks on, popular movies or series or music or celebrities, as far as like, what are the top, what are the top trending songs right now, and why are they the top trending songs, or what are the best movies to watch for this or that, and you just create a cool little ebook, or, anything like that. These are things that actually work, and people make money, creating these type of content. Emerging technologies, like we talked about again, so many new softwares coming up. People always need to figure out how to get better at them, or just learn how to use them in general for business or personal uses. You also want to, adapt to changing trends as well. The digital world is dynamic, so you want to stay updated to the marketing trends, emerging technologies, and shift in your consumers' behavior. Obviously, you would know this as you're just getting feedback from them, you're talking to them, you're involved with your community, and you're on social media. So, what are the most profitable products right now that we're, that are on, when it comes to educational products? What are the most popular ones right now? Online courses. Like we talked about, they're relatively cheap to create. You can, they have a lot of passive income opportunities, and you can sell them for a lot higher than ebooks and a lot of other types of events as well, including webinars and other things. The only other thing that you can probably get away with selling more when it comes to educational products than an online course would be a mentorship. So ebooks, like I said, they cost very little to make. They have potential to make you passive income just like the online courses, but you can actually sell them at a lot more cheaper price, which is going to be more affordable for the average person, which can be an increase in sales, especially if you find that sweet spot. Now, from my understanding, that sweet spot for the average consumer is anywhere between $15 to $30. If you can sell a product for $15 to $30, anybody can essentially afford it. And if they were to spend $30 on a product and it just doesn't deliver the way it's supposed to, they're less likely to challenge it or dispute their credit card because it's just $30. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Webinars, webinars are awesome, where you can actually start webinars are great for building up your community. They're great. You can sell those, like, you can sell webinars for a little bit less, but they can be more consistent. Like, let's just say you do a webinar 3 or 4 times a week. You charge $100 a head. 10 people on average go to your webinar, then, with those 3 or 4 times a week, you can make anywhere between $300 or $400 consistently with that webinar. Obviously, as you open up your doors and you get more popular, then you can make a lot more money for the guest event registrations and all that good stuff. So one of the biggest things when it comes to selling educational products is you need to have a personal brand behind your image. People need to see your personality. They need to see that you're living the lifestyle that they're looking to get, whether that be, being good at a specific hobby, being good at a specific topic, or, just being a leader in a specific industry. People want to see that, your personal brand, that your personality reflects what you're teaching, and that you have success in that specific category. So that's always extremely huge, and the best way to deliver that is to have a personal brand where people can follow you on social media and they can really get to know the behind the scenes version of you, get to know your personality, and get to know what the daily operations look like for you, so they can fall in love with you more and really just build that trust and credibility. It also helps you differentiate yourself from other people. In a crowded market where there's a lot of people selling certain things, that personality of yours, that is going to be the number one thing that makes you stand out. So don't be afraid to be goofy. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and just, let people see who you truly are as a person and just be genuine. Loyalty, like I said, in today's age, the way people consume stuff, the way people make purchases, it's not all about corporations now. People want to see your values. They want to see you on a personal level. They want to get to know who you are. They want to know the CEOs. Like that's the thing, and that's why it's huge for personal branding right now. That's why it's huge that you stay on social media and you create a business page for yourself, but you also create a personal page for yourself as well, and you have them connected with each other. Now, when it comes to creating your personal brand, one of the things that you can do to make you stand out as an entrepreneur, as any type of business, is you need to figure out what your unique value proposition is, UVP. Your UVP is the unique blend of skills and experiences that make you different, So you got to ask yourself, what do I offer that's different from other people that are in my niche, other people that are selling the same product as me? What is my unique teaching style or perspective on the world that'll make me stand out, or that'll make me differentiate myself than, the other people that are teaching the same shit as me? What personal experiences or stories can I share that'll add a little bit more of a, resonation for the audience, but also just share that genuineness and that personality so people can be like, okay, this guy's not just about making money or just selling stuff. This guy is a human being. Because that's what people want to see. They want to see that you're a person. They want to see that you care. They want to see that you have passion for what you're doing. So don't be afraid to share your story, share your failures, share your struggles, share your highlights, share what you're thinking so people really can just connect with you as an individual. So you want to be authentic, as you're creating your personal brand. You want to make sure that you're authentic, you're genuine. Don't adopt some type of fake persona. Don't try to be someone that you're not. Like, just be yourself, because people, it shows, that when you're being fake, it reflects in the genuine. It reflects in the genuosity. I think that's a word. The genuinosity of your content. So, let people know. Let people see your mistakes. Don't try to make this perfect content, this perfect course every single time. Like, people make mistakes. It's part of being human. Engage with your audiences. Once you have a better idea of what your content's going to be, you need to engage with your audience. You need to, listen to what they're saying. You need to interact with them, comment on their stuff, host Q&A sessions, go live, like, do things so your audience can see that you're there, that you're human, that you're a part of the experience with them, that you're watching, you're listening to them, and you're involved with what they have going on in their lives. You're not just some business. You're not just some corporation. Collaborate with other influencers. Collaborate with other people that are doing what you're doing, that are in your niche, that are in your industry. Go on guest posts, join webinars, co-author eBooks. Like, do whatever you can to take advantage of other people's audiences and, show up in front of them so they can start following you, so they can start, supporting your business, supporting what you have going on. Leverage testimonies and reviews. Like I talked about previously, the number one thing that's going to take your business to the next level is those testimonies, is those reviews. That's the social proof that you need so people can be like, this guy's not scamming, this guy knows what he's talking about. The more testimonies and reviews you can get, the more well-established you will be as a brand, as a business, the more trust you will have overall, the more likely people are going to spend more money with you. So you got to make sure that's important as well. And then, of course, consistency. You want to make sure that, you're posting every day. You want to make sure that you keep the same persona, that you're not changing up the way you're doing things on social media so much, because that is a red flag for a lot of consumers. So, okay, now we got a product, we got an idea what the niche we're going to do, we have an idea on our subject and stuff. Now, how do we get customers? Because there's no point in creating all this product if you're not going to have a person to sell it to, right? So, you need to understand your target audience, like we talked about, demographics, what is their age, what is their gender, where are they located, what is their occupation, what do they do for a living, what are their interests, what do they like on Facebook, what do they follow, who do they follow on Instagram, like, what do they follow, who do they follow on TikTok? What are their challenges? What are problems that you can solve? What are their goals? What are their values? What are they trying to improve on? What type of person are they? You need to figure out who your ideal audience is so you can create your course and you can create your marketing content that is catered for them. What are the pain points? What problems do you want to solve? The number one way to make money is to solve problems. So if you can create a product that teaches people how to solve a problem, then you will never be broke and you will always add value and you will always be seen as an industry leader. So content marketing, videos, you got to create those videos. We live in we're now, the way things are in the digital revolution, at where we are at in 2023, moving into 2024, short form video creation is in. It is trending. It is hot. That is the number one thing that people are doing to scale up their businesses. And that is the number one thing that most social media platforms are prioritizing. So you want to make sure you get those videos out there. You also want to post photos, like focus on videos for your reels, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, but then you also want to add a little bit more like lifestyle pictures, especially for your personal brand. So you can add a little bit more of that genuineness, add a little bit more of, so people can get to know who you are and what you're doing. Want to make sure you add those lifestyle pictures of you doing awesome stuff, behind the scenes stuff, all that good stuff. You don't be afraid to jump on a podcast. If you got 15 minutes a day to just do a quick little recording, do a podcast, share some insights, interview some experts in your industry, discuss trending topics in your niche. Those are great ways to really just level up your SEO and get people, to find you better on certain platforms. You want to do social media marketing as well. Now, social media would be regularly posting, responding, engaging with your audience, all that good stuff. But it also could be investing in paid advertisement, using targeted ads on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or even LinkedIn to reach your potential customers. And of course, on social media, you want to do collaborations. There's a lot of people out there that are doing it. There's a lot of people out there that are making content. So benefit from working with those people so you guys can both leverage your guys' audiences and share and meet more people, when it comes to networking and just getting your content out there more. Email marketing, email marketing is a great way for you to build up that community, share your promotions, give some people some free insights and free value so that you can kind of get them ready and excited to want to work with you or to pay for your next product or pre-launches, all that good stuff. Email marketing is amazing and it's powerful, and I don't know why, but a lot of people say it doesn't work, but it's insane. The greatest of the greats are doing it. If you look at the top dogs in the game, they have some kind of email marketing setup, some kind of newsletter, some kind of thing where they can just keep their community and their followers and their customers in the loop consistently so they don't forget about who they are. So what are the best tools right now to get started, to jumpstart your progress, to jumpstart this journey? So when it comes to course creation, there's a million different platforms that you can use, but the ones that I love are going to be Teachable and Udemy. As you guys can see, Teachable is the one that's hosting this specific course. So that that's teaching me is awesome. There's so many more things. Udemy is also an amazing platform as well. So I would say the primary differences would be Udemy does have a bigger audience base, and it's a little bit different. They do have a subscription model, so like people can actually pay monthly for a subscription where they can access a certain amount of courses and programs. Teachable is a little different. It doesn't really necessarily have a subscription program. You can more or less just sell your course and that's it. People wouldn't really have access to other different courses. So really just depends on what you want to do. I would say Teachable is good for high ticket products and Udemy is good for low ticket products, especially if you're getting started. Okay, so what about creating your eBooks? So eBooks, Amazon Kindle Publishing is a great software that you can use to go ahead and get started with your eBooks. You can also use Gumroad as well to sell your eBooks. It's a really good platform. People use it a lot for TikTok. Now, TikTok did recently create a TikTok shop, so that might be something worth investing in as well. That's relatively new, and it's a good platform that I see a lot of people selling their eBooks on as well, or physical books. But Gumroad is a really good one that I see a lot of people use. Now, content creation, as far as, getting the videos going, so all that good stuff. So let's see, I have a couple things that I forgot to add on here that might help with you. The way I'm filming this specific video is it's called Tap Record. It's on the Apple App Store. It's a really powerful platform. Another crazy video editing software that you can use to create content as well could be, Adobe has an awesome program as well, but I'm talking about CapCut. Has a free program that is extremely powerful. They even have a paid version that's like $10 a month, a lot cheaper than Adobe Premiere, which is the program that does the video editing as well. ChatGPT or any type of AI software, because there's so many different ones. These are some powerful language models that can generate human-like text, so you can focus on using them to create your ebook content, create the course content, create whatever it is that you need to create. I use ChatGPT to help me make certain things for this content course as well. It just simplifies certain things. If you don't know how to say things in a certain way, ChatGPT can be a good way to do it. Google Trends is good for just figuring out what's trending, so you can capitalize on creating content that is for trending topics. Canva is perfect for doing graphic designs. That's also how I made this PowerPoint right here. So there's a lot you can do with it. You can do websites, you can do logos, you can do so much with Canva. It's very powerful. And then Discord is a great app that allows you, it's basically like a social network, but it's specifically for hosting discussions, real-time chat, and a great way for you to build up a community and also leverage it just like email marketing and all that good stuff. So what are a couple real life examples of some people that actually make some really good money doing this stuff? So Masterclass is an online class taught by celebrities and experts in various fields. All you gotta do is just look it up and you can kind of see it. You can have an idea of what they're doing. Platform is always changing. Now, what makes them success is that they have a unique value proposition of learning from top industry professionals, high quality products, and a wide range of topics for the Masterclass popular. Definitely look them out, check them out. They're a pretty awesome program. Udemy's top instructors, so just go to udemy.com, look at the top instructors. There's a variety of different people from a variety of different topics. You can see what they're doing in sales, how popular they are, what the reviews look like, and you'll be surprised. A lot of these people are making way more than six figures, selling content, and it's fucking awesome. Tony Robbins, like I mentioned him earlier, he makes amazing products. He does seminars, online courses, books, coaching programs, all on personal development and financial success. He is extremely popular, and he's a very good He's a very successful person that you can model and really look at what they're doing, because his entire business model is all about selling education, and he does it in a variety of different ways. I didn't really talk about seminars and live events, but those are also extremely lucrative ways to teach people how to make money. Those are extremely lucrative ways to teach people and make a lot of money doing it. Jason Capital. Now, one reason why I love Jason Capital is he's a little bit new to the game, but he's younger, so he's a lot more relatable for the younger adults that are getting into this, that are under 30. And Jason Capital is a powerhouse. He does online courses, he does coaching programs. He has a book on high income skills, social media, personal branding. Like these, Tony Robbins and Jason Capital are some great people to start off looking at and really just kind of get an idea of what a multimillionaire looks like when it comes to selling educational products. So my final thoughts, the journey of creating and selling educational products is both rewarding and challenging. It's anything you want in life is going to be a challenge. But like I said, one thing I love about this business model that is a lot different than every other business model is you're making a bunch of money basically becoming a badass, becoming the best version of yourself, developing skills that are going to help you make more money. And then you get to make more money developing those skills. So it's like you're like triple dipping in the pot, not to mention the various different ways that you can create these educational products, eBooks, one-on-ones, seminars, webinars, courses. Like there's so many different ways that you can capitalize on the same topic. All you gotta do is just make it in different ways. Like it's amazing. So you wanna make sure that you add value over everything. The one thing that's gonna make you stand out the most and it's gonna keep people coming back for your products is gonna be the value that you add on them. You wanna make sure that you're changing people's lives. You wanna make sure that you're solving problems. You also want to make sure that you're continuously learning and adapting, staying updated on what's going on, getting feedback from your customers, and really just adding more to the course as time passes by, so you can really just give something new to the people who started off with you and they're still here a couple months later. Like that's what I'm gonna do. There's gonna be a base for this course where I'm gonna talk about all the different business models, but on top of that, once a week I'm gonna add a new video that's gonna basically teach people different fundamentals on how to get started with their businesses, how to do the marketing, what are the mindsets, things like that they can systems and automations that can be applied to any business model that I'm covering in this specific course. And that's something that I recommend that you guys do as well. If you start selling, digital courses, just start adding value over time, upgrading your stuff, making sure that you keep adding into it, pouring into it. Because if you keep pouring into your students, they're going to keep pouring into you at the end of the day. Authenticity matters. You got to be genuine. You got to share your journey. Don't be afraid to share your failures. We're all human at the end of the day. We all make mistakes. We've all had our own fair share of, winters, seasons, negative seasons and stuff. So don't be afraid to share people your journey and let them know that, hey, you've done there, you've been there too. But if they stay consistent, if they overcome the challenges that they're facing, that they will find a whole new light and they will become the best version of themselves. And that's what this is all about. Your problems are not punishments. They're challenges to make you grow as an individual, to help you get to the next level. So yeah, guys, marketing also. Marketing is key. You can have any business, you can have the best product in the world, but if you don't market it, no one's going to buy it. So you got to make sure that you focus on marketing. You got to make sure that you're consistent with your efforts. You're consistent with your content creation. You're investing your first set of profits. You're reinvesting it into marketing so you can get more people, and you build up that system until you're making enough money where you can pull from your business, but also reinvest at the same time. But yeah, guys, that is it for this specific video. I hope you guys got a lot of value from this. I love talking about this specific niche, as you guys can tell. Like, this is an amazing business model. It has a lot of potential, and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So keep doing what you guys are doing. I'll see you guys in the next video.